Good afternoon, friends. The Honorable Minister is with us to make a statement on the Supreme Court order that has come a little while ago. After the Minister's statement, there will be a few clarificatory questions only. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it was almost 1 year ago that when this whole controversy was raised and the Supreme Court judgment came on 2G cancelling 122 licenses. The government was asked to clarify its position, and I remember from this podium, I had said that there are three elements to this issue. One is the issue of policy. That as far as policy is concerned, it should be exclusively left to the government. What policy should be adopted? What is the objective for which a policy is being adopted? And that should not be interfered with. Then I said when it comes to implementation of policy, which is the executive decision-making in taking the policy forward, that is subject to constitutionality. It can be struck down. Individual decisions of the executive in implementing that policy can be struck down. And three, I said when there is any criminal culpability, that you are actually doing something to favor somebody, and there is an element of quid pro quo, then it's beyond executive decision-making. It involves criminal culpability, and that also would result in launch of prosecution, and the court is entitled to proceed in that fashion. Well, what I said that 1 year ago has now been confirmed in a sense by Supreme Court by bringing clarity to this whole issue. The court has said that there is no constitutional imperative in the matter of economic policy making. In other words, you cannot strike down a policy by invoking Article 14 of the Constitution. Especially in the context of economic policy, where distribution of assets is involved. The court connects that policy making to Article 39B of the Constitution of India, saying that the distribution of the economic resources of the community must be so done as to serve the public good. That is the prescription of Article 39B. Policy making in respect of economic policy in relation to distribution of assets is directly connected to Article 39B, and that it cannot be tested on the touchstone of Article 14. I think this is a very significant, far-reaching policy statement by the Supreme Court. And that really brings enormous clarity, because in government you have to be absolutely sure as to how you are to move forward. We cannot, or decision-making is not possible if I know that every decision I take with a certain common good or objective in mind is going to be subject matter of court striking it down. So therefore, this constitutional imperative in matters of economic policy, there is none, is a very, very welcome statement. Court has also said that when public good is the objective, revenue maximization cannot possibly be an end in itself. Again, relating it and linking it to Article 39B. But of course, all executive decisions are open to test, which is what I said. When you implement something that's an executive decision, it's open to test. If you do it wrongly, if you want to favor somebody or intend to favor somebody, obviously it can be struck down. There is no constitutional bar on means adopted for public good. In other words, nothing in the Constitution is an impediment to the means for adoption of public good. You cannot say, do it this way. You cannot say to the executive, you must do it this way, because that's not the role of other constitutional authorities. It's revenue maximization secondary to public good, as I said. No constitutional mandate for auctions. In other words, there is nothing in the Constitution which mandates auctions. कोई ये नहीं कह सकता कि संविधान में ये लिखा है कि आपको ऑक्शन करना है नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज का। कोई संविधान में ऐसा कोई प्रावधान नहीं है। और जहां तक सामाजिक अच्छाई की बात हो, पब्लिक गुड की बात हो, वहां रेवेन्यू मैक्सिमाइजेशन अपने आप में एक लक्ष्य नहीं हो सकता। और जहां तक आर्थिक नीतियों का सवाल हो, वो सरकार के दायरे में आती है और सरकार सामाजिक अच्छाई और सामाजिक न्याय को सामने रखते हुए अपनी नीतियां बना सकती है और उसमें कोई दखल अंदाजी नहीं होनी चाहिए और ना हो सकती है, क्योंकि संविधान में कोई ऐसा प्रावधान नहीं है जिसके द्वारा उस आर्थिक नीति को आप रद्द कर सकते हो। और ऑक्शन करना, कोई संविधान में कुछ नहीं लिखा कि आपको, कहीं नहीं लिखा कि आपको ऑक्शन ही करना है। In fact, Supreme Court goes on to say that auction to top bids may at times be against public good. एक बात हम स्पष्ट करना चाहते हैं कि हमारा ना कोई इरादा था और ना हमारे कोई ऐसी सोच थी कि हम इसके द्वारा जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने 2G जजमेंट पे 122 लाइसेंस को रद्द किया, उस पे हम कोई टिप्पणी करें। अटॉर्नी जनरल ने सुप्रीम कोर्ट में स्टेटमेंट दी कि वो जहां तक 2G जजमेंट का सवाल है कि 122 लाइसेंसेस जो कैंसिल हुए, वो हम जजमेंट को मानते हैं क्योंकि वो फाइनल ऑर्डर है और हम उसको लागू करने जा रहे हैं। और वो जो स्पेक्ट्रम रिलीज हुआ है जजमेंट के द्वारा, उसको हम ऑक्शन करेंगे क्योंकि यही जजमेंट है सुप्रीम कोर्ट का। तो हमने पहले से ही कहा था कि उस जजमेंट पे हम कोई टिप्पणी नहीं करेंगे। In other words, we never intended at any stage, at the time of filing of the reference, nor can we do so in law, because through a reference, you cannot attack another judgment of the Supreme Court. So we made it quite clear that the judgment on cancellation of 122 licenses will be respected by the court and that auction will be conducted for the spectrum that has been available pursuant to the cancellation of the 122 licenses, and we are going ahead with that, and hopefully in terms of the schedule, why hopefully, we will make sure that in terms of the schedule, the auction will be conducted. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने यह भी कहा है कि हर नेचुरल रिसोर्स को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने में अपना ऑब्जेक्टिव हो सकता है। Means the distribution of each natural resource may have a different objective. And therefore, the government is entitled to take into account all those objectives and distribute that natural resource. And therefore, in each case, the court will look at this issue separately. And in case there is any wrongdoing in implementation, the court will certainly is free to interfere. But the court cannot lay down a method of allocation. कोर्ट ये नहीं कह सकती कि आपको इस प्राकृतिक संपदा को इस तरह से आपने उसका बंटवारा करना है, ये नहीं कह सकती कोर्ट। कोर्ट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल आधार पे किसी फैसले को रद्द कर सकती है, लेकिन ये कहना कि आपको इस तरह डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना चाहिए था, ये कोर्ट नहीं कह सकती। तो मैं I really welcome the judgment of the Supreme Court, especially this last point that it is not for the court to lay down a method of allocation of natural resources. And what I'm really thankful about is that there is, this judgment has brought about enormous clarity, with which now the government can start taking decisions without fearing that there will be interference from other constitutional authorities. And therefore, we welcome this judgment.
So there were certain questions that you were asked through the presidential reference. What will happen to the contact licenses, one-time fees?
You know very well the fifth question was, if the above questions are answered in the negative, then what will happen? But since they are answered in the positive, the other questions don't arise.
So the further decision will be taken on that?
By the government.
One-time fees?
By the government.
And telecom companies will continue to get additional spectrum as they had asked the older licenses.
No, see, the auction conditions are now out in the open. And whatever the companies are entitled to, you will look at the auction conditions and, bid for what you want.
The older licenses I'm talking about, which were given initial spectrum 4.4 megahertz, and the rest was...
We will take all those decisions. Whatever decisions are left to be taken, we shall take those decisions.
Sir, UPA government has lot of illegal luminaries like you. Then how come these kind of questions went to the Supreme Court? Has the government tried to outsource its governance to the Supreme Court?
I don't know what the purport of that question is, because if there is a judgment of the Supreme Court that raises doubts, naturally we have to seek clarity. We can't go against the judgment of the Supreme Court, and therefore...
reference also, court said that Singhvi's order says perhaps auction is the best. They use the word perhaps.
If that was the case, then all this that I have now set before you would not have been said by the Supreme Court.
Sir, the Supreme Court order is not just confined to the telecom case, and it says that all the other natural resources should not be actually auctioned for larger public good. So does that mean that the auction of, the process of auctioning of coal blocks, that is now,
See, it is for us to decide. See, Supreme Court says it is for government to decide policy. We may decide to auction. We may decide not to auction. We may decide for limited competitive bidding. I'm not talking about coal now.
Right.
I'm talking generally.
Right.
We may say competitive bidding, not limited competitive bidding. We may have a reserve price. We may not have a reserve price. These are all issues that we will decide depending on the natural resource and how we want to distribute it.
Just a linked question. Just a linked question. So whatever Supreme Court actually has said today, that basically vindicates the government stand, and what the CAG has pointed out, that the government has not followed the auctioning.
Well,
coal.
So
that basically remains, becomes a wrong thing.
This judgment applies to all of us. It applies to the executive, it applies to courts, it applies to all other constitutional authorities. There is no constitutional authority to which this judgment does not apply. And I'm sure that all constitutional authorities will apply their minds to this judgment and proceed accordingly.
Mr. Sibal, congratulations after that long battle. Now, second, the question that I need to understand is now prospective licenses or prospective spectrum is now in a process of auction, because whatever has been cancelled is in the process of auction. What happens to the retrospective
as I said,
licenses on which decision needs to be taken?
We are today talking about this judgment only. Whatever we have to do as government, we will do. And whatever we will do will be in the public domain very soon.
Okay, also a political question. Now that this judgment has come, or let's say this observation has come from the court, from a 5-judge bench, does the Congress government feel that some of the allegations as far as Colgate is concerned, that would be washed off? Because auctions, it clearly says that auctions is not the only constitutional imperative.
I don't want to enter into that controversy at all. I just want to state that at last we have clarity on the issue. And that clarity should be absorbed by all constitutional authorities.
But do you think that the court's observation today also vindicates government's stand on the coal allocation?
As I said, I do not want to make any comment on any of these issues. There is a statement of the law given by the court with reference to the questions that we requested the court to answer. The court has answered, and whether it's a vindication of this or that is not for me to say. It has brought clarity to the subject matter, and we are very happy about that.
Yes, please. 8 minute, please. 8 minute, yes.
Malika Jain from CNBC TV18. My question was that, the Supreme Court has refused to comment on the last 3 questions which you had raised, which would have eventually impacted the licenses which were granted prior to 2008. So now, my first question is that what happens to those licenses? I know you refused to answer this question, but mine is a little more specific because there is no answer to those 3 questions. And my second question is that the court has also said that it has given a specific instance that in cases of exploitation of natural resources, the businesses might not find it prudent to actually participate in an auction because it would entail a high capital expenditure going forward. So what are your thoughts on that?
Let's be clear on it, and I have answered that question. Not that I refused to answer, I have answered it specifically. Court was not obliged to answer the other questions for the reason that the other questions arose if the answer to the first 4 questions was in the negative. We said if the answer to the first 3 above is in the negative, then those questions arise. So the court was not obliged to answer those questions.
Yes, please.
What is the fate of those licenses?
As I said, that's something, and I've again answered it specifically, that's something that government is entitled to decide upon. And as and when we decide, we'll let you know.
Yes, please.
सर आपने कहा कि 1 साल पहले जो आपने कहा था वो बातें सच साबित हुई। क्या जो जीरो लॉस थ्योरी आपने दिया था वो भी सही साबित हुई है? जीरो लॉस
इसमें कोई जीरो लॉस की तो बात है ही नहीं है।
आपने कहा था सर कि इसमें कोई नुकसान नहीं हुआ है, तो ये बात
इसमें मैंने जो क्या बात कही थी कि पॉलिसी पे दखलंदाजी नहीं हो सकती, आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने वो कह दिया।
यानी नुकसान
मैंने ये कहा था कि जो 122 लाइसेंसेस की जजमेंट है उस पे हम कोई सवाल नहीं उठाएंगे, उस पे हमने सवाल नहीं उठाया। आप उसी जजमेंट के बारे में बात कर रहे हो जिसमें हमने कहा कि हम सवाल नहीं उठाएंगे सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, तो आप क्यों ऐसा सवाल पूछ रहे हो जिस पे हमने सवाल ही नहीं उठाया?
So one question, sir. Now that the court has said that auction is not the only option, does this mean that for the government, methods like FCFS and subscriber link criteria as far as allocation of spectrum is an option going forward?
Well, whatever is an option going forward with the government, we will apply our minds to tack and take it forward. We can't answer specific questions on what we will do in the telecom sector as we move forward. We will, as and when we have the option and we feel we have the option, we'll do what is right and what we think is for the public good. You see, the important question is, it is not for somebody else to tell us how a particular public resource is to be distributed. In other words, it should not emanate from somewhere else that you must do this, you should auction when the policy is not to auction.
Sir, is there any possibility that, is there any possibility that after this judgment, government may change the rules of 2G auction going forward?
As we said to you, we are going to fully implement the judgment of the Supreme Court in the 2G case with reference to the cancellation of the 122 licenses. And I don't think you should keep asking the same question.
No, that will be a different question because you can limit the auction now.
As I said, we will move forward. We accept the judgment of the Supreme Court. We are not going to limit anything. We will take this judgment forward and implement it as far as the 2G case of cancellation of 122 licenses is concerned. We have said so once. I have said it thrice today.
Yes, please. 1 minute, please. 1 minute, 1 minute.
We have given a schedule to the Supreme Court. You should be aware of it, that this auction will take place before the end of the year.
Suppose this observation, there is nothing that suppose this judgment, there is nothing that holds you back from taking decisions on the unanswered questions.
Of course not.
So in the light of Supreme Court judgment today, now the CAG's observation on the spectrum allocation stands.
I don't want to make any comment. All that I want to say is this clarifies the law, and all constitutional authorities will understand how it clarifies it.
No, but the point, sir, is the larger perspective, because, we have become an image stick for the world as a 1.86 lakh crores, 1.75 lakh crores. What is the message you're sending to the world?
The Supreme Court has sent that message.
The Supreme Court has sent the message today. Do you feel, to a great extent, relieved and vindicated on that position?
See, it is not for us, it is not right for government to gloat over these issues. Governments are not meant to gloat over a decision saying this is in my favor, this is against him. This should not be the position of government. Governments are interested in doing public good. If there is clarity in the law, we welcome the judgment. And to that extent, I wish to comment. I don't want to say anything more on any other authority because it's not necessary.
एक मिनट आपके पीछे
सर,
जो है।
लेकिन आपके विरोधी जो यहाँ से 20 किलोमीटर दूर सूरजकुंड पर बैठे हैं, तो अब से कुछ देर पहले वहाँ कहा गया अरुण जेटली की तरफ से, नितिन गडकरी की तरफ से कि सरकार ने 4,58,000 करोड़ का घोटाला किया है, और अब इस जजमेंट के बाद उनको कुछ समझ आएगी?
हम कुछ नहीं इसके बारे में कहेंगे। आपको मालूम है कि बीजेपी में खास तौर में उनके कोई ऐसे कानून के विज्ञान लोग हैं, ज्ञानी हैं, जो बहुत कुछ कह जाते हैं, तो उसके बारे में हमें क्या कहना? कोई ज़रूरत नहीं। जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इतना कुछ कह दिया, उसके बाद हमें क्या कहना?
Somebody can't dictate you that you should go for auction or not for auction. So that somebody is CAG?
No, the courts cannot and will not lay down a method of allocation of natural resources, right? And obviously, if it applies to courts, it applies to other authorities as well.
Your mind was the policy of first come, first served, which was adopted by the government for grant of licenses in sync with the social.
As I said to you, and I said that earlier also, policy of first come, first serve, we maintained at that time was good. The implementation of policy, right, was the subject matter of cancellation of licenses, and the prosecution of individuals was because of an element of alleged criminal culpability. That is what I said at that time. That is what the government's position was. That's what the government position is today. But with great respect, we accept the Supreme Court judgment. And on the cancellation of the licenses, we are moving forward with the auctions.
Some of the decisions you took based on the
One minute. Last question.
Message coming out of this is that revenue maximization is not the only means for for carrying out public purpose. So how will the government now decide what constitutes public purpose?
We know how to decide.
So
we will, as and when we decide on those issues with respect to natural resources, obviously it will be a transparent policy prescription and a transparent procedure, and we'll lay it in the public domain, and you will decide for yourself what the objective of the government policy is.
So there will be clarifications on this, on what constitutes public purpose?
No. In each case of distribution of a natural resource, supposing we want to sell land or we want to allocate land for hospitals, there will be a policy prescription on that. The objective will be set out, and then the distribution will take place. Similarly with schools, similarly with other minerals, any natural resource, because the policy prescription has to be set out by government. That's what Supreme Court says. Now, if revenue maximization is an objective, supposing it's the objective of our policy, then it should be auctioned. If revenue maximization is not an objective, some other social objective is there, then the prescription shall be accordingly. Right?
So some of the decisions you took based on the earlier judgment, revenue maximization was one of the part, and which has come into the auction, which is going to start in November. So any change that we can see?
That is because there is a Supreme Court. How many times have I to say? The Supreme Court judgment has set aside the 120 licenses, and therefore we have to auction them in accordance with what the Supreme Court.
That will be limited to now 122 licenses, and further spectrum can be allocated.
A judgment stands for what it decides, and the judgment decided that 122 licenses are to be cancelled, and that is to be auctioned. That spectrum is to be auctioned. We are auctioning it.
Okay, last question, please.
Last question.
कंप्यूटिंग प्रोसेस है, इसमें कई बार गवर्नमेंट के जो तरीके हैं, जैसा आपने कहा कि अब ये तय हो गया है, कोर्ट ने तय कर दिया है कि एग्जीक्यूटिव किस तरह से रिसोर्सेज को एलोकेट करती है, दूसरे काम करती है, उसमें दखलंदाजी नहीं हो सकती। तो फिर कंप्यूटिंग प्रोसेस में कई बार तो बेसिस जो होता है वो तरीका ही होता है सरकार का। तो यानी कंप्यूटिंग प्रोसेस से वो चीज हट जानी चाहिए।
तभी तो मैंने कहा ना कि सभी संस्थाएं इस जजमेंट को, इस फैसले को, इस रेफरेंस को गौर से पढ़ेंगी और फिर तय करेंगी कि आने वाले जो फैसले उन्होंने करने हैं इस दायरे में होने चाहिए। क्या उनका इंटरप्रिटेशन होगा वो संस्थाएं जानेंगी। मैं तो नहीं कह सकता उनको ऐसा करना चाहिए या वैसा करना चाहिए। This is the law of the land. Supreme Court has declared the law through this reference, and all constitutional authorities have to abide by the law.
So would you let me ask one last question?
Okay.
Sure, last question.
Fine.
What will be the impact of this order on the Mines and Minerals Act? Because last time on the 2nd of February, when the order came out, you said that the 2nd Feb order had put the Mines and Minerals Act Amendment Bill into a disarray. So now what happens?
Nothing. Whatever happens, you will know once we take decisions on mines and minerals.
Thank you very much.